Beautiful souls, do you have a prayer request or want us to send you healing energy today? Would you like us to be praying for you, a friend, or a loved one? If this is you, go to worldslargestprayernetwork.com to submit your prayer requests. And while you're there, please join our team of prayer warriors. Your angels say that prayer not only opens you to miracles, raises your vibration, and helps you heal, but the more you pray, the more God's presence is felt here on earth. Feel your angels' love right here, right now, as they surround you, and be on the lookout for positive, loving messages that are meant specifically for you in today's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host and author, Julie Jancius, and today we're here with Brooke, who has really incredible, heartwarming stories to share with you to bring a little hope and inspiration into your life. Brooke, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much for being here. I know that you've been through a lot, but I'm so grateful that you're here to share your stories. I'm just going to have you take it away and share your first one.
Okay. So my first one is actually so beautiful because I had actually lost all my hope in God, the universe, everything. I had lost my faith in my religion at the time. And after my ex-husband's passing, I just thought something has to be more. There has to be more out there. And so I asked and prayed for whoever was out there, the higher power, to give me an answer, because I started to get really interested in NDEs, so near-death experiences. And I started to research them. And I said to him, I said, listen, God, if you're out there, I need to have someone come into my existence. And I need them to tell me the story of this near-death experience that they had, to know that there's something more, that there's something more on the other side. And sure enough, my client came into my area, my space, to come in to get treated. And she told me her near-death experience, and she literally sat on the bed. I didn't ask her. It was not, I didn't say, oh, tell me, do you have a near-death experience? No, she just sat on the table and literally told me her whole heart and soul about it. And she said, I've never told this story before, but I wanted to tell you. In the moment that she told me, tears were just streaming down my face, because I was like, oh my gosh, there is something else out there. There is something more. I had lost all my faith, and that just brought everything back for me. And I felt this tingling above my head, and I felt almost like being embraced by angels, to be honest. It felt like this, and now that I know what it feels like, it was like feeling like this wrapping of energy around me. And it was so beautiful, because that was what I needed to hear. I needed to hear that my ex-husband he's okay. And he was on the, he's on the other side watching over us, and there was something more. And it just kind of really woke me up to even further me down the road into my spiritual awakening.
That's amazing. So does that segue into your next story?
It does, yes, because I still needed more validation. I still was like, I need more. I need to understand more. And I honestly didn't know what dream visitations were at all. But my ex-husband visited me in a dream. Honestly, it was just like, I felt like his presence in the dream. I could see his face. I didn't see anything, him moving his lips or anything. I just knew he was there. And I woke up just enough of an awareness to hear him whisper in my ear, I am with you. I just find you. And so in order to hear that, I literally tears were streaming down my face again, just to hear his voice again, and know that, again, it was validating the fact that he was still present. He's still around for my sons, and that there is something more. It helped me to keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper into knowing that we're always having our loved ones around us. We always have angels around us, and to really awaken my spirituality even more.
I knew coming into this episode that your ex had passed, but he's bringing in something right now that I want to kind of talk about. Um, he talks about your and his marriage and takes full responsibility, right? Like, so when they're here with messages, sometimes they're more clear than others. He couldn't be more clear. Okay. Where he didn't understand when you kind of went your separate ways, his part and everything, he couldn't see it. But he needs you to know that he does now. And he makes me feel like you really stood up for yourself and the boys in not accepting or tolerating certain behaviors or actions from him. And I don't think that he understood that at the time, but he said, I need her to know that she made the right choices and the right decisions. There's another piece. Was there an addiction piece in there?
Yes, he was. That's how he passed. He passed from an overdose.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Because he also says that you worry about the boys having that addictive kind of nature as they grow up. And he said, I'm safeguarding them from that. And he said, you don't need to worry about them at all. He said, I want you to focus on visualizing the boys having this amazing family, amazing careers, and just really visualizing their happiness and their joy as they grow.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. That's so amazing to hear. Because yes, I do worry about that always.
Yeah. And they've said this twice now, but and I don't think it's easy for everybody to hear, right? But love doesn't die, right? So I know that we love to romance this idea of one single soulmate, right? But I don't believe that that's the case. We have multiple loves in multiple different ways. And he's a very, very great, deep soul friend to you still from the other side.
Yes, I know. He comes into my awareness all the time and leaves me things or, pennies or dimes, or he'll get like roses from a neighbor and I know it's from him. I just know it, like,
yeah,
just like I know, he's always giving me little gifts. Because I definitely know he's there watching over us always.
Yeah. Because what he keeps showing me is you got remarried after him, right? Or you've been with somebody for a long time?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he said you found your right person for this lifetime.
Oh, that's very sweet that he says that. I always need that validation. You always worry.
Yeah. No, he's showing me that deep connection. So I want you to keep going with your next angel story.
Okay. This one is actually, so after that dream visitation, again, I needed a validation from spirit, right? And it's so funny because things were just lined up so perfectly. I was, had a spa day planned with one of my best friends. And she wanted to go to a different spa, but I had sent her some other spa. And finally, she made the decision to go to the spa that she didn't even want to go. But I knew it was directed by spirit because I was like, went after the fact, right? Because we get there and for some reason I'm sitting in the waiting area waiting for my masseuse to come. And I'm just like, I see her and I was like, oh man, this woman is going to have something to tell me. It was just like this feeling that got over me. I didn't know what to expect, but then she gets me on the table and she starts to kind of open up and like ask questions and stuff like that. She doesn't tell me she's a medium right away. And because I still was a very fearful of people that were mediums and stuff because of my old belief system.
Right.
And so that was always very scary to me, but she didn't tell me right away. But pretty soon she had me opened up and she's like, I just want to let you know your grandpas are here and your ex-husband is here. And they directed you here because they knew that this woman was a medium and that she could hear the messages that needed to come through to let you know that it's okay. You've broken free from all of those old beliefs to let them go and that you are being watched over and that we're here and that we love you. And they had these beautiful messages to come through to me, just knowing that I was loved and everything just lined up so perfectly. Again, left in tears, I was supposed to have this, but it was such a magical day. It just reinforced again and validated the fact that I knew that there was something more. And each and every time things come into my awareness, it validates that even more.
Yeah. What is it that you do for work?
So I used to be an esthetician. I used to do skincare. And after my spiritual awakening, after my ex-husband passed, I completely changed my life. Become a life coach, a rapid transformational therapist to help people change their limiting beliefs and really live their best lives, because people don't realize how our old programming has just completely taken over us, and, being able to understand how to break free from that.
Okay. So this is really clearly coming into, I hear you. And I want you to build upon that. Okay. What I know this 110%. I think I used to doubt it a little bit at the beginning, but by doing all of these podcast episodes and getting to talk to so many different healers at every different level, I get so much more now. There's a commonality among healers too, right? And I think that there is this notion or belief system that we don't need other healers ourselves in order to get where we're going. Your angels keep whispering to you. You have no idea where this is going for yourself. Okay. And I hear you, and I need you to hear what they're saying. You are perfect at what you do. You are perfect at what you do in working with other clients. You're exactly on your path. You're doing absolutely what you need to do, but there's more that you need to see for yourself. Because we all do it. We all have these self-limiting beliefs, and we box ourselves in. And they said, we had to get together today on this call because your spirit team on the other side is so huge, not just with all of these loved ones, but with a massive amount of angels who are helping you do this work. And they are all crystal clear with this message. This is going to skyrocket for you. And the only person that can limit this is you. And I know that you're still going through certain things and you're still learning certain things. I need you. This is what I always tell my Angel Reiki School students. You got to get out of your own way. Those things aren't happening to you. They're teaching you something for the next person that's coming through your door, that's going to be sitting talking with you, that they need to hear. So the sooner that you say, okay, God, I see the writing on the wall. You got a lesson for me. Bring it on in. I'm ready. Share the words of wisdom. I'm ready to learn. It goes, right? Like we don't harbor or like ruminate on anything. We're not holding any low vibrations, any negativity. It moves through us in order for us to gain the lesson, gain the message that's coming through to come from our client. But, oh my gosh, all of them on the other side are all in alignment with exactly where you're going. And, I want you to also find life coaches that are where you want to be with this, because in order for you to get where your spirit team is saying that you're going, you have to be able to see it. Okay. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to see what that looks like structurally for your business, for yourself, for your life. And the other thing that I know as a business owner, so it's easier for me to channel this message because I know what it means, is a lot of times we as healers kind of put, I don't want to say the client first. The client is always first, but first in a way that it kind of dominates our life. For example, so like when I very first started this work, I would be so excited to have a client, I'd be like, okay, well, you could come at 10 o'clock at night. Sure. I'll see you at 10, or like 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Like, and I was seeing people all times of day and kind of accommodating their schedule before figuring out what works for me and my family and my life. And so there's something in there for you too, message wise, where they really need you to really look at your life first, what works for you and your kids, and then say, okay, and now how do I make the business fit my schedule? Right? So it's not to a T, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, completely. I know what they're trying to say.
Okay.
Because I do that. Yes, they're funny,
Yes. Yes. Friend, if the idea of connecting to your angels and changing your life using your very own spiritual gifts sounds amazing and is deeply resonating with you today, I want you to go on my website and check out my angel membership. Registration is open. Sign up today and you'll get access to new course content and events each week and a private community. Members love how everything you need for your spiritual awakening is all in one place. Sign up today. Angel membership. It's incredibly healing. Also, the winner of this month's free reading with me is in the show notes below. Leave a 5-star positive review of my podcast or book, and you could be next month's winner. Lastly, check out the upcoming events page on my website, theangelmedium.com, because we have a lot of upcoming events that I know you're going to be interested in. Well, and I got to tell you too, just like business owner to business owner, the more I've set boundaries, because you have to, the more that your business grows, the more you have to have boundaries in order for it to run successfully. And people don't see what it's like, to pay other people to keep your business going and how much you're really reinvesting back into the business. But what ends up happening is the more boundaries that you do place, the more success your business can have, the more growth and evolution your business can have because it's functioning better. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry to pause like your
No,
your
no,
stories. It was just
amazing.
like a train coming through.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, they wanted to get that message out. I totally understand.
Yeah. Was there another story that you wanted to share?
I think that's honestly one that's really beautiful that I think people can appreciate is that like when you incorporate the angels into your life, which all of us can have the angels in our lives, which is so amazing. When you ask them for things, you receive. And I know for me, it was like, after losing my faith and my religion, I lost my family and my friends because they shun you when you leave that religion. And so that was extremely difficult for me. So with the spiritual awakening, I was also realizing, oh, this is an opportunity for me to recreate my life even more. And so I asked them and prayed for them for friendships to bring into my life, that people that resonated with me, that would be able to understand me and not look at me differently because I talk to angels and I, those type of things. And sure enough, they somehow constructed it where a few women in my neighborhood all were open to the idea, and they live here on my street, and they are all wonderful women and friends. And that was a gift. And I knew that was a gift because the first time that we ever all got together, we went to a crystal shop. And after we left the crystal shop, there was this, like, it wasn't a rainbow. It was like, those clouds that have like the rainbows within them, like, and it's like a sign from the angels in heaven and all of those things. It happened to me 3 times, 3 days in a row.
Oh my gosh.
That is a sign. It was so beautiful. And I showed the girls and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen something like that. And I'm like, this is such a magical day. But that was something that I felt like is just such an uplifting story to show that like when you believe and you trust and you have faith, and you ask, those are the beautiful things that can happen.
Oh, Brooke, you're so amazing. I love that. We've been ending the episodes lately, the angel stories lately, with sending out positive energy to people in the world. So I'd love to do one today with you where we send out energy to people who maybe have self-limiting beliefs themselves that they're working through. Let's send it out also to kids who have lost somebody close to them and people who just want more friendships in their lives, because that's a lot of us. So I'm going to have everybody just close their eyes. Start by taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. And do that one more time. So I just want everybody listening to imagine that God has this waterfall of just oneness energy that begins pouring through the top of your head, coming into your physical body, filling your entire physical body. And you feel it fill your physical body so much that it gets to your heart. And there's so much of God's oneness energy that it just bursts from your heart out into the world, radiating energy out into every direction. And with your free will intention today, what I want everybody to do is use your energy to radiate this love, this oneness energy to everybody within the world who's working through some self-limiting beliefs right now. What the angels want you to see and what they want you to send out to other folks is this. They say that God's vision for your life is so much bigger, so much more magnificent than you could possibly imagine. That anybody here on earth, we can't fathom just how much God wants for us. And when we follow that path, what I want you to see, what I want you to visualize is when every single soul here on earth is doing their part, is working for God, allowing God to work through them, that the entire planet shifts. The vibration of the entire planet rises. We are now embodying love. We are love to one another. And so I want you to see people working through their own self-limiting belief systems in order to allow God to work through them so that they can help as many people here on earth as possible. And so that we can come together as a collective and really change this world for the better. Next, I want you to feel through your heart chakra just this loving energy. And I want you to say a little prayer to God, Universe, Source right now, to ask them to send to every child here on earth who needs something, who needs love, affection, maybe who are going through grief of losing somebody special to them. Just ask God to surround every child with the angels that they need to help them through their entire childhood. Let's just take one moment here to send that love out to all children everywhere. And lastly, friends, I want you to envision adults here on earth, teenagers, people in their early 20s. We don't just need friendships at one point in our lives. We need friendships all throughout our lives. They support us in so many ways. And so I want you to pray to God, Universe, Source, to allow all people here on earth, everybody listening here today, to have the friendships that they need step into their life right now, within the next few days, within the next week. And if you're listening and you're like, this is for me. I want you to take initiative. I want you to take action, and I want you to reach out to some friends, maybe some neighbors, maybe another mom at school, and see if you can set up a little lunch date or a time to go out and get coffee or go to the crystal shop, to Brooke's point before. But I want you to see God, universe, source, bringing in friendships to everyone here on earth who needs it. Friends, your angels love you. I love you. Spend the rest of your day connecting with your spirit team. And I just want to say a very big thank you to Brooke. Brooke, thank you so much for being here. You're such a beautiful spirit. And I love sharing this energy and this time with you.
Thank you, Julie. I appreciate it.
Of course. Bye, everybody. Beautiful soul, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Julie. You know I'm all about connecting you with messages from your angels and loved ones on the other side. If you've been listening today and you're super excited and just have to know which angels are sitting around you now, who's connecting with you, and how they're supporting you, go to theangelmedium.com. Register for a virtual session. You can do a reading with me or a member on my team. We're all incredible. We all talk to angels daily, and we can help you in making sure that your angels are doing the best they can to support you and guiding you to the life you want to live. Virtual sessions, they're only offered on my website, never, never, never offered on social media, only offered on theangelmedium.com. Sign up today. And if you're the person who's really excited, you're ready to go all in developing your unique spiritual gifts, growing your intuition, starting your own healing business, you can sign up for my Angel Reiki School to become a certified angel messenger. That's for the healers among us who feel called to grow their intuition to the max and serve humanity with their gifts. You'll learn energy healing, mediumship, how to deliver angel messages, and business mastery skills. That's the Angel Reiki School. You can find more information on theangelmedium.com or DM me over on Instagram at Angel Podcast with any questions you have. Friends, before you go, connect with your angels by placing your hand on your heart, taking a deep breath. Imagine a doorway filled with God's unconditional love in front of you. I want you to step into that love in front of you. And I want you to feel it as it fills your body, your chakras, and your auric field. Now ask your angels, what would you have me know today? And open yourself to the positive, loving messages they have just for you.